This is the Monarch caterpillar enclosure. This little guy is doing what I call head banging. He is kind of bobbing his head to the sound of my voice. And that's just kind of like a startle reflex for them. Although I find it absolutely adorable when they do it. There is a 5th instar caterpillar up here in the corner with the chrysalis. So this one may very well be done eating and looking for a spot to make his silk button. So what I'm going to do is start taking these guys out of the enclosure. The milkweed was stuck to the side of the enclosure by some of the milkweed sap that was on the very end here. So I was just kind of freeing the milkweed, just taking out the different pieces of milkweed. I see that there's a caterpillar in here, so I'm gonna open it up. This is our buddy that was preparing to molt last night, and he has molted into this beautiful fresh 5th instar caterpillar. So all of our caterpillars that remain are 5th instars now. And they do take 2 or 3 days to eat enough food as a 5th instar before they are ready to pupate and become a chrysalis. So we have 3 caterpillars here. 1, 2, 3. Our 4th caterpillar is up in the corner. The chrysalis would make number 5. So I know that it's safe to just roll up these paper towels because there's no unaccounted caterpillars to watch out for. So I'm gonna put this phone down for a minute. I'm gonna pause the video so that I can put these back into the enclosure. Okay, so the fresh paper towels are back in the bottom of the enclosure. I placed the milkweed stems back in here that each have a 5th instar Monarch caterpillar on them or in them, and I'm going to feed them some fresh food. This is milkweed that I picked today. I'm just going to do another quick bug check to make sure there's no harmful bugs on it before putting it in here for my caterpillars. Now this is just an aphid. Aphids live on plants and they are not harmful at all. I mean, if you have thousands of aphids on a plant, the caterpillars probably won't want to eat that plant. Ladybugs and ladybug larvae eat aphids. And there's this saying that if there aren't bugs on your plant, then it's not part of the ecosystem. And so I don't mind when little bugs like aphids are on my plants because they're not going to do any harm whatsoever to my plants or to my caterpillars. I'm gonna stick this one over here. And I'm gonna grab one more from my bag and do a quick bug check. This is just a spot. It's not a bug or anything. So there's a little fly on here crawling. I'm just going to kind of squish the fly. I don't see any other bugs besides a couple of little aphids like this guy right here, and a couple of them on this. So this milkweed is safe to go into the enclosure. I'm gonna bring it in. And sorry about putting my hand in front of the camera, but sometimes that's the only way to get the milkweed in. Alright, so there's way more than enough milkweed in here for these few monarch caterpillars to eat for tonight. And by tomorrow, I would think that we will see this caterpillar up here hanging in J from his silk button. I don't know if he's choosing to make it in this corner or not. I was just going to look on the side. Let me turn off the flash. Sometimes you can see like, for example, you can see right here, this white patch, that's the silk button that the chrysalis is hanging from. So I was just looking to see if this guy had started a silk button, and I don't see one. But sometimes it's funny. Sometimes the caterpillars will all choose one corner and they'll all pupate in the same corner. So we shall see.